back. Super Button Bashers here. Eric, New Era Panda. Back in the flesh. Brandon, NPG Brandon. It's good to see him back. El Musico in the middle. We got Tony, El_Tony. El Musico from the Loteria. Don't worry about that. We have Ghost in here. And then we got a special guest for you guys today, our buddy Andrew Soto, at GoGo Andrew Soto. And once again, we're Super Button Bashers. We've been kind of gone for a while. So thank you guys, whoever's watching this now. If you enjoy everything we do, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below. Pretty much everything that we mention in every episode. But, man, it's been a while, man. How's everyone doing over here? Brandon, where have you been, Brandon?
Oh, man, dude.
You've just been gone. Like, you're just like, yeah, I don't bash buttons anymore, bruh.
Bro, man. So I got caught up playing that new Trump video game.
Oh, all right.
Right. So,
Do you break the walls or build them?
So this is what you do. You have to build walls in order to get elected, right? Once you get elected, the whole game is about staying elected through all the shit you do and not get impeached. It's a great game.
Oh, nice. I'd say they would give that, what would they give that for a rating? Would it be mature?
Solid. No, solid. What are you kidding me?
Really? Are you
E for everyone. E for everyone.
Real game?
No. I'm being totally sarcastic.
I was all like figuring it out. I was
about to ask.
I kind of want to play that.
Is that mobile?
That sounds like a fun game. Like one of those games where everyone's just charging the board and you gotta keep them from coming in. You're just shooting them down.
Like Command and Conquer.
That's a Command and Conquer game. And you gotta constantly rebuild it because they're blowing it up.
It's like immigrants are coming towards the wall and you're like build.
Yeah,
and they break you down.
Actually.
It has reset times.
It's a Trump tower defense game. If anyone watches this, make it. It's great.
Or someone steals
Trump
it.
Tower defense.
If I had the skills to make it,
and don't get mad about what we talk about. We're just here having fun. And some people are gonna get mad. Oh, I don't support that. Like,
what if you do get mad?
We don't care.
Well,
triggered.
Triggered. We're gamers.
This is the internet.
Everyone gets triggered.
How you been, Tony?
Been chilling, just doing my thing.
Chilling.
Getting lost in the woods like always.
But at least the instant transmission. You can bring yourself back every time.
I know. I just gotta think hard enough and then back on the couch.
Yeah, that always works. And then of course, our guest Andrew Soto. So tell everyone about yourself, Soto. What you do, what you like.
I like to, wank on the guitar and make videos and be a boring dude and. I don't really do much. That's it.
But you have a YouTube channel though.
Oh, yeah.
You do a lot of your stuff, right?
Yeah, I got a YouTube. I focus more on that, but I also do Instagram and all that bull.
Well, what as far as your content though, like what is it you mainly focus on? Like, what's your goal when you do your YouTube channel?
I try to focus on cartoon themes and TV show themes because most people are already doing VGM themes these days, so I'm just like, well, why even bother when there's 10 different Mario covers of something or, Zelda covers or whatever.
I mean,
being unique, right?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I've always enjoyed when it came down to your videos, that was your creativity when it came down to the music. The way you would hear something. Of course, we're all musicians. We're all used to hearing things a certain way. I'm pretty sure. Being musicians, that we tend to hear.
I'm not
things.
A DJ. I play bass. All right.
We hear things a certain way, but if you really think about it, going in the past, thinking about music and games and how it actually evolved into now, it's pretty interesting to hear. Let's say 8-bit. Do you guys remember what was the first game in Nintendo where you're just oh my god, this song is stuck in my head for the rest of the day? If it was a Mario one or Legend of Zelda or anything like that. Nothing.
I'd say. Well, I really liked. Tiny Toon Adventures. Honestly, it always sticks in my head. The music on there was freaking top notch. The music, I don't know. It just gets you hyped.
How did it go? Was it
it was
yeah, we're tiny, we're toony, we're a little bitty.
Yeah.
I remember it. Yeah,
it was a good soundtrack for 8-bit, and it's just a good quality game, and. Even Disney games are really good.
It's true.
They kind of kept it to its whole story and movie, I guess.
Yeah, because they had a bigger budget, so they could make the music and the game just really good quality.
I think the one I remember when you say Disney is don't judge me, playing the Little Mermaid game. That game was kind of hard.
Little Mermaid game?
Yeah, on Nintendo. They actually had that one on there. Mm-hmm. But I mean, for me, it's more of like how they actually did it.
Is it like Echo
What?
the Dolphin kind of thing where you're just swimming around?
Yeah, it was like
Oh.
I couldn't imagine. Echo the Dolphin was a
No,
crazy
Echo Dolphin
game.
was
That was
good
hard.
though. I had it on Game Gear.
Honestly, like
That was game.
That was a hard game.
I was
to play.
like a little kid, but I always felt like there was something like deep
It was
about
kinda
that
dark.
game. Like there was supposed to be something like deep about it.
It was
Like,
happy and
You
dark.
would just like walk around. It's like you're just swimming around. And be
swimming
like,
around.
what
and
am I gonna find today?
Yeah, like
Do you guys
It
remember?
hurts you in that game.
You guys remember Seaman on Dreamcast?
I remember that like
I'm
when
not
it
joking,
came out.
man.
It was a fish with a person's
Face
face.
on it.
Is that the one where you had the microphone built in? You had to talk
Yeah.
to them.
Yes.
AVGN did a video of that and it was creepy as hell.
It is a creep. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like looking
It's
at
like
you
a
like,
British accent or
I'm-
something. Like
I'm
talk
hungry.
You know what
about
game?
life and stuff.
That game was fucking
The
weird.
fish had a British
I
accent.
think he had like a I don't know. I
Was
can't
like
I'm
really
not a
deep,
fish. I'm a
too.
trout.
Yeah, like,
He doesn't smile. He just like looks at you like
I'm hungry. Are you gonna feed me?
it's actually
Was it like a
bad.
Tamagotchi? Like a
Hungry guy.
It is. It was literally just a Tamagotchi. It was like he started off small and then he started evolving, getting bigger, and then all of a sudden it has like a unibrow and a mustache. You're just like
Unibrow
what's
and a
going on
mustache?
here? Yeah, it's
It
like,
was double barring.
Shave,
it.
shave your fish.
Yeah. Come here. Let me just line you up really
Let me
quick.
shave
All of a
my
sudden you're a
fish.
barber. So the game just changed.
That's so weird. Like I'm like, we got
But-
a Dreamcast right here. Let's
So-
do this.
Dude, Japan knows no bounds for weird games. It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
happen, dude.
But then like I said, but I'm pretty sure I don't remember any like what the music was for that game, but I'm pretty sure it was very like in the background,
I think
very
it had
ambient
music.
stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, if you think
I
about
remember.
something aquarium wise, I mean, I would have to look into it more, where it would probably have something soft in the back. But
You know what game was like legit was like Mickey Mouse and the Castle of Illusions.
yeah, that was a good
That
one.
game, that game was awesome.
Wait,
it was on Sega Genesis.
Okay, is it
Yeah.
where you could switch off characters?
No, you were just
No,
like
no, it
Mickey
was just
Mouse.
him.
Yeah, it was just Mickey Mouse, and there's like you went through like this weird. I remember this one part where they shrink you down, and you're like on like jelly, and you're getting sucked into the jelly, so you have to constantly keep jumping, so you don't get stuck in the jelly. And
Yeah,
I was
that's
just like,
cool.
I remember a Mickey
That
game
game-
where you could be Mickey, Donald Duck, and Goofy, but maybe I'm just.
yeah, they
it's
remade
another-
that one for Xbox,
The
but
Castle of Illusion.
yeah,
That's Kingdom Hearts right there.
Is that Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, you weren't able to switch him out, but you did have him on your team. Donald didn't do anything because he never healed, and Goofy was just running around wilding out the whole time.
but yeah,
Yeah, I mean, but Kingdom Hearts. Though, I mean, I don't know if you guys know the soundtrack for Kingdom Hearts. Those are the ones that.
Really gripped you. I could tell you this. I know that as like a young kid for sure. Like video game music became really impactful. I remember Street Fighter 2's music was like ridiculously popping. And like everybody had
Our
a theme.
intro. It's our
But even-
intro.
But like each individual theme, it was a thing to be like you play this character stage and they have their own theme, and it was just kind of like because fighting games at that time were more of a didn't have a storyline, didn't have something like to solidly connect you to a character. Everything was something that you added more to, like so Guile, and then Guile's theme. It was like, oh, this is totally Guile, like it just kind of made you make some more stuff. But I think I could tell you the first video game soundtrack I ever bought, which was Final Fantasy's 6's soundtrack. I remember buying that soundtrack because I found it at Johan Plaza, and I was like, this soundtrack is dope, and I used to play it on repeat.
Now 6. That's
Pump it in
that's
your
like
car
the.
and shit.
Not in my
She's
like
like
in my auntie car and stuff. Like, yeah.
Hey, I'll put this on real quick. I'm trying to bump this. Now 6. That'd be considered 3, right?
Huh?
That'd be considered 3, right? For this when it was on Super Nintendo. 6.
It's never released in America as 3, so I mean 6 in U.S. But ultimately, it had that soundtrack that I bought had 5 and 6's music in it. But I hadn't played 5 at the time, so I was like, what the fuck is this music? But I loved it both either way.
Do you remember a soundtrack that you were like stuck on, Tony?
there's so many, but like when I went to the arcade, like I was big into like the first Killer Instinct. So that intro in the game where they show like the rare, and then you just hear like the guitar like. I was like, oh, we gotta go.
Yeah.
You put your quarter.
Yeah.
Let's go. Who's ready?
And then you hear the guitar that lead. I was like, it's just gonna throw some hands right here with
Yeah,
Jago.
dude. Absolutely.
Damn. Is that the Killer Instinct? Is that the one with the dinosaurs?
Yeah, it had the dinosaur. Well,
Yeah,
Primal
like- yeah,
Rage
like-
is the.
Well, Primal
final-
Rage was the like all dinosaur one, which that one was legit good.
Okay.
The Killer Instinct was more of like what was it like Jago, like the ninja looking one, Orchid, like the green chick, Full Gore. They had like the full on claws,
Predator.
Predator. Who else is in there?
Okay. Damn, I can't remember.
Glacius.
It's hard, man. They're all at that time. Everyone was ripping off each other. Killer Instinct was really unique, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because at the same time it was like what Clay Fighters. Clay Fighters was coming around that
Clay
time.
Fighters
too.
came out like after it.
But that's all Super Nintendo based,
Yeah.
which was nice. My favorite system.
I never got to have one. I only got one later. I was
Oh,
always
yeah.
Sega.
I was a Super Nintendo person.
So, I
like,
mean,
lucky,
speaking of
straight
Sega,
down.
we had Sonic, which always had poppin' soundtracks. So you like so.
Oh, yeah.
The
All of
fucking
them. It's
green
like
tip.
Yeah, when you first turn on, what was the song for the first Sonic? When you first turn on, it's like Sega.
I was like, even just sounds like that. When you heard that, the first thing that pops in your head is like, oh shit, I'm about to
Yeah.
be down in the Sonic game right now.
Well, speaking of that, it's interesting because the thing about Sega Genesis, that was like one of their main selling points, is they had actual better sound card in the system, so they could do more with the sounds.
Is that why it sounded way better?
Yeah, they had a better sound card, so like you could do more with the sound in a Sega Genesis than you could in a Nintendo, and that's why they had ultimately better soundtracks. Like you could actually like so 8-bit for example, right? But then you went to 16-bit music, which is like it's basically same thing as color depth, but it just allows you to do a little bit more with it. You can get a little bit more bass out of it. You can get a little bit more high end out of it. Just had more data for your sound. So it's kind of cool that they had.
Well, they did that with Ghostbusters. When they did the Ghostbusters on the NES, and I remember, I think...
that game sucks.
yeah, when they did the NES one, when they did the beginning, Ghostbusters, like, what the hell is that? Like, you're looking at your speaker, but then when they brought it out for the Sega, it was like, Ghostbusters! Like,
You can
you
hear
heard the
clear.
full clarity of it.
of course,
and even the music was more, like, of course, clarified, and it kind of stuck to you more compared to the Nintendo one. And even of course, the graphics and everything played a lot better. You know, the ghosts actually look like ghosts and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, for me, I would say, like, Mega Man 3 was probably, like, my number one game that the music always sticks to me. Like I said, once you get the item and it shows you and it's explaining it to you, you know, there's that part, the intro, even, like, the one that me and you always talk about, Tony Mega Man 2, the beginning on that one, how it just gets all intense and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
I think the one actually like a game that from like the consoles that like the music blew my mind is Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest.
Castlevania had great.
Once it's hard.
What a horrible night for it. What is it?
Well, yeah, what a horrible night for a curse. I'm like, is there ever a good night? No, but like when you walked into the forest and you heard I heard that soundtrack, that song Bloody Tears for the first time, the din 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 din. And I was like, oh.
Location based. Do you guys ever remember like you play old school Zelda games and you walk into like the temple where there's a fairy, like and the fairy is in the water and she like
it's all din, din, with the harp.
Yeah.
The harp sounding music.
Oh, dude, that was a hard song. I did a cover. It was freaking hard to do. Like that acoustic section.
Bam, slap.
You did the Ocarina of Time one, didn't you?
No, I did. Well, I did that.
You did
I
fairy-
did one.
you did
I did
fairy
the
thing.
Great Fairy Fountain. But that was like that's a hard because like it's like all kind of like arpeggios.
It
Almost.
is the whole thing, right?
Yeah, and it's just like but yeah, that was that you mentioned. I was like, oh man,
Your hands were like, oh.
It was the first instance, right, where because the thing, if you gotta think about it, like music is used to associate within video games is used to associate you to a certain either part of a game or a character of the game or something, right? I think that was the first instance where I ever heard music associated with one thing repeatedly, and so it was 100% like, oh, this is this thing. Like anytime I walk in here, I would go there just to hear that music. Sometimes turn my like Game Boy on, go there, hear the music, and be like, this music's so dope. Like, and then you could walk out and hear your regular theme, you know, or whatever, or just listen to. I mean, how many of you guys have stayed on a like a menu screen of your game just to be listening to music?
Pokemon.
Oh Jesus!
Pokemon.
Yeah, I was like, that's
That's the pinnacle for me. Is like the music, like just leaving it
That
on.
music was
battle
so
modes and all that.
The intro music. Dun, dun.
Because they'll just loop itself when you're in battle mode, you know. So you're just like leave it on, you know.
I mean, even when it comes down to sounds too, like especially Pokemon, like when you heard that start going like it just like flies across.
Yeah.
You already know it's gonna start. And you're just like this. You're like a kid. You're like looking around like about to get down on this really quick. Like I remember in middle school having it, and it'd be like this. You would hear someone turn it on from a distance. You're like, what color you got, man? You got red or blue over there? Like, what's going on?
What side you want?
Yeah, like who are you going for?
That was like the first like gang war.
Straight up.
It was, yeah.
You red version, bro?
Red version. Fire Pokemon all day. What you want?
I mean, I think I started with a Charmander when it first came out.
Oh yeah.
But now if I play it now, I go Squirtle, like Squirtle all day.
All day.
Just because I think there's like a difference in those ones. I mean, it's completely off the music topic, but like if you started with Charmander, the game was harder because, you know, of course the first Poke Battle was Brock. and Fire and Rock doesn't go. And if you chose Squirtle, it was a little bit easier in the beginning for you to keep going. And I think with Bulbasaur was just you're like in center.
You're right, because
you fight Pokemon in the bushes.
Yeah,
for, like,
so depending on what Pokemon you chose, you kind of set your path for your difficulty.
Yeah,
which is pretty interesting because I think if you chose Bulbasaur, the other guy would automatically choose Charmander.
He chooses your weakness.
Yeah, so you're pretty much
Either way, he does it no matter what. But you're right about that. Because I think what
a dick.
Viridian City's Misty, right? Mm-hmm. So if you chose Charmander, you're fucked in that battle for sure.
Oh, you better go find some other Pokemon.
So it's like you're like you start off, you're gonna do a lot of low level DPS to rock, and then you go against your weakness. You're like, damn.
Yeah,
but
it sucks.
How like exciting was it though? Like during the battles, like dun dun. Dun, 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 dun. Like you just hear the music, and if you're stuck on a battle for a while, that song is going to be stuck in your head for the rest of the day, and you're just going to be thinking about that battle. It's like, what could I have done differently that I did not get my ass whipped?
Like, why did it take me so long?
Yeah,
you gotta go fight Pokemon in the bushes and build up your levels. You know, you got it's like you gotta just kill a bunch of weak Pokemon and build your level up. Boring stuff, but it's like,
yeah, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
And you know, like for us, what's cool is like at the time period of our life where we were able to play games and get them stuck in our head at that point. It's cool because like a lot of those games that are super popular still exist now, right? So now we get to hear the evolution of those songs from 8-bit, 16-bit, 32, and all of a sudden now they're just actual instruments played and made it into a soundtrack. So it's really cool because now we hear those same things, Pokemon, Zelda, Killer Instinct included, Mortal Kombat, all those themes recreated. I'm like, what do you guys think of that? Like, that's cool.
I think it's great, especially like with the Pokemon coming out when they re-released the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Like, not only the gameplay where you can actually see the Pokemon going around, it's not like random things, especially being in that damn tunnel where everywhere you go, you're getting constantly hit by Geodudes and, Zubats.
Mount Moon or something.
Yeah, and then now it's like, actually get to just see everything, but the music, the clarity of it, I feel like it's a little bit more complex than what it was. And I feel like with the older games, the lengths were literally a minute and then repeated because, as we know, cartridges, they couldn't carry that much memory as they can now. So now they could kind of expand the songs where, like, you play games like Destiny and Gears of War and stuff where there's full-on orchestra pieces being played in the back. Like Destiny or like Halo. When people hear Halo, you're just like...
Another classic.
Right? Yeah, it's like, it's one of those games where you hear it and you're just like... It just kind of brings a tear to your eye. You're just like, I know how this is about to go down.
Parties.
I'm still going to do it.
Parties.
I think that, like, everyone is...
I miss those. I miss LAN parties. No many people do that except, like, Smash or like
we could bring it back,
DBZ maybe, or or Mortal Kombat. Like LAN parties, bust out all the TVs.
We could bring it back.
We should make a game where like you could only play it.
You can only play it on LAN.
Like multiplayer. Like you go online and you can see other people's stats, but it's like nope. You want to play against people? You gotta go to someone's house.
So I mean, what you're talking about, Eric, is super interesting because like one of the things that I think of is like you hear, for example, that like with the choir or something like that. A game like Final Fantasy, right? Like, we can't talk about gaming music without mentioning Final Fantasy and, like, one of the greatest video game composers known to man, which is Nobuo Uematsu, of course. So, he would incorporate MIDI choirs. Like, music back then had choir sounds. Like, were we talking about Castlevania earlier?
Yeah, a little bit.
So, Castlevania has that, too. Those soundtracks that have those choirs, fake MIDI choirs, like, that are synthesized. And, like, how they used to make that, or, like, synthesized bass, or even synthesized drums, like, it wasn't real, but it's cool because now you hear it in real life, and they're able to just do exactly what they meant to do, and that's how you know a musical genius, because they were making songs, and they had in their mind what it was supposed to be, they say that Michael Jackson created the theme for Mega Man. I don't know if that's true or not, but apparently he wrote the entire theme of the game, and... Like, no, you guys have not heard this?
I'm gonna have to look this up on my own time.
No, you guys never heard
this? Like this. I'm like, what?
So Michael Jackson wrote apparently. We look it up, verify, and it might be wrong, whatever. But I remember this has been a big thing for a long time. He actually wrote it, and so that's the reason why you have such a funky soundtrack for the game, right? Because like, it was of the time, but ultimately you'll hear like in Mega Man's themes, obviously it was supposed to be metal. They would have tremolo picking in their 8-bit sounds, like, or 16th notes, which is called whatever.
It was, I feel
Sonic
like...
3 had something like that, too.
A lot of it, yeah.
Was it Sonic 3?
All Sonic,
Michael
yeah.
Jackson? There was like something where Michael
That's
Jackson,
what it was. Sonic,
was
not
Sonic 3,
Mega Man.
yeah.
Sonic.
Yeah, okay.
He composed the
That's
Sonic
what I was like.
games.
That's what threw me. I was like, wait, Mega Man did too.
Thank you for correcting me.
Okay.
I knew. I'm like,
Alright.
was it Mega
I
Man?
got
That's why they
clarified.
never. That's why they never re-released this. They never released Sonic 3 ever because of that issue. So they haven't been able to release the like on phones or anything because they released Sonic 1 and 2 on your phone.
Yeah.
But they never do 3 because of that reason.
Because
Michael Jackson wrote the music for Sonic 3.
It's like it's
a
a
it
low
was like
key
one
thing.
of the levels, I think, or like I forget, but I know he was a part of that
Because
you hear his voice. It's sampled in a section. It's like ow. It's like ow or some shit.
I need to look this up.
It's all
I know, this
16
is
bits.
like tripping me out.
Because
Like,
I mean,
really?
like Sonic has
Fact check
always.
me.
We're gonna go back to Sonic. Sonic always has like, always has
Funky
that
beat.
one
He had
funky
funky
beat.
stuff,
Like they
yeah.
always had that one street level. Like on Sonic 1, the second level I think it's like it was like Street Zone or something that.
That's a casino zone. The second
casino
level
zone
is
is
the
great.
lava level where it's like. I
hate that level.
I have it I have it almost like mapped out to like at least 4 levels. And I forget.
Yeah, well, it was. I remember it's that purple level, the one where like when you first see like the.
Oh, the fucking chemical plant.
No, it was like it's the second level in Sonic 1.
I feel like
It's
purple
it's
is
It was
casino.
Chemical
like-
plant Sonic 2.
Because Casino, like I thought it was the
Level
green
2.
level.
Are you talking about Sonic 1?
Sonic 1.
Level 2 is the lava level. So you start with Green Hill, then
Then it's the
Marble
chemical.
Zone, I think it's called, and then the third level
Oh.
is and then the third level is
I
think
thought that there was a chemical and then
No,
fourth was
the second is the level 1. Yeah. It's the
yeah,
level
and then
one.
after that, I think
Yeah.
Chemical Plant, I think. But I thought Chemical Plant was 2, but now I'm just like, no.
Yeah,
I'm
because
like,
then there's that one level where it's like it's green,
I was like, someone
and you fight those little like
Right, we just look it
green
up.
balls.
We
that
can't
have
cheat
spinning
like that,
things
come on.
shoot at you.
oh, that's like, you get farther
Yeah,
into
that's
the
farther
level.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So it's interesting how video game music, because then you jump to, so we're talking about Sonic, then you jump to, Sonic Adventures, which I'm thinking in my head maybe Sonic 3, but I'm thinking Sonic Adventures is the first actual game that has recorded music, right? Not 8-bit,
Yeah.
16-bit, or whatever.
The Dreamcast one, right?
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast one.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about for
That was
Sonic
actually
in
a pretty
particular.
good song though.
Uh,
yeah.
Like,
So the Sonic
at the
Adventures
end,
song is
It's
like,
like the first couple levels I remember for sure.
it's like
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, they always had good butt rock songs. And
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so this is what it was always meant to be and supposed to sound like. Now we hear it, but then what do you guys think? Does that change it? Because now it's not identified as video game. It could just be music at this point, right? It's not video game music since it's not identifiable 16-bit or something like that. It's literally just video. It's just music composed for video games.
It's like you listen on Spotify and stuff, because a
It's
lot of that
true,
stuff's
right.
on Spotify now.
I mean, I got a bunch of those on my phone. Like, I got, like, Final Fantasy, whether it's a piano version or orchestra version and stuff like that. I'll listen just because it's so good. Like, Final Fantasy 7, like, when it comes down to music, Eris or Aerith, whatever you guys want to call her, her theme is by far, like, one of my favorites in Final Fantasy. That one, or, one like Sephiroth, like, those are, like, distinct songs where you're like, the moment you hear it, you're like, okay, you're gonna think about that part.
Yeah. But that's-
same thing with Sonic and all.
But that's
that
where
stuff,
you go into the fact of like the song is written because it's helping to tell a story.
Yeah.
So it's more like it is still video game music because it's telling that story of the video game.
Right.
Because it's like when you think about it, like at the end of Sonic Adventure, when he turns like Super Saiyan, basically,
Right.
like that song comes back, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's getting real.
In the actual game,
yeah,
instead of
in
the intro,
actual
yeah,
game.
it was super
So
sick,
that's just like, I was like, this is crazy.
And it goes through the entire vocals and everything. It has
Yeah.
vocals all of a sudden.
Yeah.
You're like, there's vocals to this song.
Yeah, so I know, right?
That might have been the first video game soundtrack that I remember hearing vocals to, actually.
Is there any like song from a game that you guys could think of that gives you bad memories? Like where you play it, you're just like the frustration that you went through the game.
What about the Sonic death song? Dun, 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 dun,
When you're about to drown.
When you're about to drown. Yeah.
It goes all
That
fast.
sucks.
You start panicking. Oh god!
You're like,
I need a bubble.
When you're swimming in the water and that shark's coming
Oh.
after you.
It's always water levels, dude.
It's always the dun dun dun.
always.
It's always like something.
Water levels in general. Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, Ninja Turtles, NES, the water level where you had to go through all those like electrical plants
And when
Oh,
Yeah,
when
what
you-
the fuck was up with that?
Wait, what's
water level?
what song is this? What I'm gonna do it, and you can hear it in your head, right? What song is this when you die? Dun, dun.
Oh my god!
It's-
Is that Metal Gear Solid?
It's Street
No.
Fighter. When you
Oh,
die in
Oh,
Street
I thought
Fighter.
you were doing James
And
Bond.
it's like-
or
yeah,
something.
You forgot you forgot the pickups before.
My bad. I didn't do notes, so it doesn't count. It doesn't count.
Yeah,
I won't
like-
count that against you guys.
Like, I'm like-
You gave us the hint version, not the full version.
You're right.
And you see them all bloody, especially Ken's like,
Yeah,
they're all bloodied up and beat up.
Their eyes all swollen. Just fucking. Yeah, that song gives me bad memories. I just literally remember when you die and you hear that song, you're just like, God damn.
continue. 9, 8, 7. You just hear him like yelling,
Yeah.
stop yelling at me. I'm gonna continue.
And then you think you're pressing start to continue, but it's actually doing.
Yeah, they're making the time go faster.
It's
Like,
like
no.
5, 4, 3, 2, and you're like, no, I meant start. No, start.
And you happen to be on Sagat, and now you have to go start all over from the beginning.
Which
and
one of you
know-
was the best at Street Fighter?
Oh, I am for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Tony. He's like,
I always sucked at that game. Like every time I
I'm
play, like
decent
my
at
friends
it.
always whoop my ass, and it's like Mortal Kombat. Like it's really hard to get good at that game. Like well, for me,
There's a hard learning curve.
because like
Yeah.
the buttons are like A B B up down left right, and it's like fuck. Like
Let's do
it's like cheat codes in Grand Theft Auto or something.
let's do a special side episode where you guys just play.
I mean, I'll give maybe he'll beat me on Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, but Dragon Ball's Tony's game. To be fair, be fair. Like I can destroy. I'll destroy anybody in this. You know, I'll destroy a Street Fighter, but like Dragon Ball, like
We'll
that's
film a tourney for you guys.
Yeah.
How about that?
Tony's more godlike than I am at that game.
I'm gonna say Smash for me. I'm gonna say Smash.
There
Oh,
we go.
Smash has some good
Yeah.
ones too.
I'm
Like,
gonna say I'm the best in here.
what was it? Was it?
talking now?
Sure.
Yeah.
I was like, sure? I was like, don't play Street Fighter. We'll play Smash.
You guys will whoop my ass at those games though, like Dragon Ball and all that.
Yeah, I mean, like the Dragon Ball ones, that was fun. But I was gonna say one of the songs that gives me like kind of anxiety was the NES Karnoff. You guys remember that one? That was the big dude that he like shot like red balls like out of him. You guys remember that one? There was like dinosaurs and shit like
In
that.
what game?
Karnoff
I
on
skipped a lot of
Nintendo.
NES.
That's the one that goes. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god!
You know
that
what?
game, dude, just like
Hold on, you just reminded me. What had the most like memorable music from any video game? If you were to go to a random person and do this thing, they would know what it's coming from. Dun, 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 dun,
yeah. We don't talk about Tetris in here.
Aw.
I'm just kidding. No, that was a good one because you know what? I never used that one. I think I would use the C because there was like, or was there two
There's
type
three
A, type
different
B?
songs.
Yeah, 3 different ones, right? There was like din 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 din.
Oh,
Yeah, which made me always think of riding horses. Ding, ding, ding,
Straight
ding,
The
ding.
fuck?
Like, I was
Tetris was good, but like I said,
That's like
it's-
one of the most memorable songs of video game history ever.
But I think what's crazy now
It's
is like
it's
you
the
know
number one most sold video game. Did you know that?
Tetris.
Tetris is still the number one
I
selling video
bet.
game.
It makes a lot of sense.
I
I
bet.
was like, no way. Like it's like, I forget. It was like billions and billions.
But it's interesting to know, like, you know, the age that we're at now, you know, how many games have came out since we've been playing games, how many different types of songs and sounds have came out. There's still those distinct ones that we remember to this day. You know, songs that bring back our childhood, you know, sitting down playing a certain game. Like, even like certain sounds like Super Metroid, when I used to hear like the Samus and, not Samus, hear the Metroids in the back thing, like just that little sound. Like, that brings me back to sitting in front of the Super Nintendo and playing Super Metroid. You know, like Mario Kart, and hearing the intro, like the Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm.
Like, little things like that. I just think it's so interesting that they play such a big part, like, in our lives compared to, like, what the music is now. I mean, even though now they're more complex, you know, a little bit more emphasized as far as, you know, be with the game. I don't know. It's nice to know that we could go back to those NES days and be like, oh man, like everyone has a memory for one of the games, one of the songs, whether it's a good or a bad one. But I don't know. That's just me.
You guys want to play a game to get out of here before we end it?
What?
Each of us takes turn humming a theme.
Oh,
We'll give a second, or humming, or however you want to do a theme. Give a second. Give the viewers a chance to try to guess it before we all guess it, and then see if you guys can get it right home, and see if we can get it right here.
Yeah, we could end it like that.
Okay.
All right, I'm not gonna go first though. Who wants to go first? You got one already since this is your idea.
Not yet.
Here's the thing: are we trying to get the person to guess it, or is it like
Something.
Like,
I mean, don't
like,
let you pick your own
uh,
difficulty level, but I'm gonna do something I think everyone should know. I don't think we should do something crazy where it's
I'm like.
I'm just like trying to think.
Should
of
it be
one,
like
but
an
I don't
NES
know.
though? Like we should stick to a certain console.
No, I think it doesn't matter. I think if it's a very memorable video game song, people will recognize it. You know.
Because I think I have one like in my head right off the back. Tony, you'll probably get it, but.
But give them time
But
to
that's
guess
yeah,
first. Okay, I'll
That's
go
a hard
first.
one.
I'll go first to start it. So I'm gonna do like. I'm gonna do like I'm gonna do just the intro of this song, and I think everyone should know intros of video game music. They may not listen to the entire soundtrack of a song or whatever, but they should know like the intro because it's literally the first thing that plays. So, we might have said this in this podcast already, but well, I'm gonna do it anyways. Dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah.
So give a second. Give a second. All right, what do you guys think? Well, just name the game it's from. You don't have to name.
Starts with an M.
Yeah, you don't have to name the number. Just what game it's from.
It's from Mega Man.
Oh yeah.
Mega Man, correct.
Oh yeah.
So that's Mega Man theme. I think that's like.
But that's when you choose a character, a person. That's after you chose the enemy you're gonna go against,
and then it shows them in the screen.
Name.
Yes, exactly.
Because they say Mega Man X does it all different. They say
It's like a fanfare song.
Like they just say the person's name.
Yeah.
Okay.
So good, easy. Did you guys get that at home? I'm sure you did. Some of you did.
Mega
And
Man.
the others of you just said you got it anyway. So.
Yeah, that hasn't been how it
We're
works.
still watching this.
Right. If you made it this far,
Yeah, if you made
you're
it
playing
this
the
far.
game.
You're in the game.
Yeah, you're in the game. The game is you now.
So all right, who wants to go next?
I guess I will. I mean, I like. It's hard for me to pick a song, but like, I was raised with Sega, so it's from a Sega game.
I like this hint. It's like 2 words. Well, the first word.
Yeah. So,
Console?
I'll just go. It's like.
Okay, we got.
Oh, he's going farther.
Yo, and he did the drums to it. So if you
Yeah.
can't get,
I mean,
did the
pretty
tapping.
obvious at that point. Yeah.
So give him a second to guess that. Hopefully, there's kids out there.
I'm about to do the- I'm about
Is
to
it
do the
Fortnite?
if they haven't guessed that,
I'm gonna do the
You know what?
then
Winnie
they're
the
too
Pooh
young
thing.
for you.
Yeah, seriously.
Do the Winnie the Pooh thing.
That would be a pretty interesting crossover though.
So that's no.
I would
don't know,
I would like
maybe.
that. Imagine
Maybe.
Stop it.
So
I would like that.
Of
I'd
course, that's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes.
And
play the intro, the opening.
the opening
Yeah,
with
I
the
loved
finger up.
Very punky. It's a very punky song. That's what I liked about
True.
it. It's fast. It just gets you pumped right off.
You got
the
one,
bat.
Tony?
Dang, I want.
It can be new age.
This one, no, this one's
Yeah,
old.
at least name the console.
This one's
That would help.
old.
Okay.
and it's a game
Great.
based on a movie.
Oh no.
How old are we talking?
Huh?
What console?
No, just we'll do.
Nintendo.
As long as it's not the Mario movie.
Nintendo.
Yeah,
not
don't
based
go
on-
that
So
far.
it was all like, because it was like when you're playing the game and it's the only song that was on the game, and you're just like,
The only.
like I think
song.
I'm like, you're like I'm tired of this. Like,
Has to be an
Okay.
NES
I'm so
game.
mad. It was always like it was like dun, 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 dun. It was like dun, dun. I can't even think of the song. It was like dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It was all. That's all it was. The whole thing. The whole thing was that song. Ah, fuck! I'm trying to think.
It's probably. Is it from a movie?
It's a movie for
It's
and
based
it's
off
on
a
Nintendo.
movie. It's based off a movie.
Wait.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
It's just
dun,
looped over and over the
dun,
whole
dun,
time.
dun, dun. It was all like dun, 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 dun. And it was like bum, 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 bum.
We should have saved you for
And I was all
last,
like,
Tony.
and I was all like,
That's the hardest difficulty.
I was all
right
like,
now.
yeah, that's
We were hard
Yeah,
to
what
difficulty.
console is it from?
I mean, if you guys know it,
Nintendo,
Okay.
NES, like first Nintendo.
NES
Man.
and based off a movie, which is
Because
like,
there's a
could be
lot of
anything.
movie games on
Yeah.
NES though.
You guys own
Okay.
an NES, so you might be able
It's
to
fine.
guess it better than
You
Yeah.
me.
give up because I'm like.
I do give up, but I'm just like, there's a lot of movies
So
that
ready,
were on
ready?
Nintendo.
It was the Goonies game.
Oh my
I would never guess
I
that.
would have never guessed
That's
that.
what I
dude.
said.
the hell?
But that song was always stuck in my head whenever I
Okay.
played it.
Nintendo made a
Because-
game of everything.
Yeah, because it was
Fair
that
enough.
Cyndi
Movie.
Lauper song. For you, it's good.
Alright, so what
was
It's
it? 'Cause
good
movies-
That's
for
so
me.
funny.
I think this movie just like
Yeah,
there was there a
yeah,
Terminator
yeah.
one? on
It was just that song over and over again.
Like
Oh my god.
And
I
I
was
just
like
feel
movies.
like
They had like Dick Tracy. They had Total Recall. They
Yeah,
had
they had
Friday the
all those
13th.
games,
They had
like the music
But-
is just so
Nightmare on Elm
powerful.
Street.
It's just hilarious because I was like, every time I play that song, and I was like, first of all, I'm fighting freaking crooks with a yo-yo.
It's actually ridiculous.
And
They had
then
a
like,
Home Alone
all I'm
game.
hearing is this
Home Alone.
freaking Cyndi
Oh,
Lauper
God.
song,
So bad.
non-stop.
Oh my god.
For you,
The
it's
game you
good.
play once, you're like, fuck this.
El Musico. everybody.
Never
El
ending
Musico.
storm. When I heard that in Stranger Things, I lost my goddamn mind. All right, so what about you, Eric? You got one for us?
I don't even know anymore.
Eric's
like
don't
that was pretty much
don't
it.
be
like,
Tony. Tony's impossible.
Like, I kind of want to just cut this and be like, all right, that's it. That's
No,
the
don't
game.
be shy. Don't be shy. We all
I'm
did
not
it.
shy. I'm just
We all
like, damn.
did
Like,
it.
how
Listen,
do I top
if you guys guess that, we're gonna timestamp Tony's.
yeah.
And if someone posts a comment,
Okay,
before there's no way to do that. But whatever.
Don't forget to hit that bell.
Yeah. We'll send you $1 Amazon.
For you, it's good enough.
Now it's your turn.
It's good enough.
Man, I had something too, but after that, I'm just like, okay, I just like lost what I wanted to do.
Well, I wanted to do the Chrono Trigger song, but I don't think that many people.
I
played
have
that
one. Actually, I have one that you guys probably won't know. It's a thing for a person in a game.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember how it goes. It's like, dun, 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 dun. How's it? Oh fuck, I can't think of it. Oh, I have it like in my head. I have like the whole game in my head too. I'm trying to think how it goes. Okay, now I'm just gonna.
Wait, is that already Chrono Trigger Mangus?
No. It was gonna be from the game Maniac Mansion.
Oh.
It's like one of, like the main character on there.
I never even heard of that game.
No.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, so
Damn.
you guys would not got.
I was
that
all
one.
thinking it was like Mangus' theme that was all like Spanish. There was like finger clicking on the thing, like it was all salsa, and I was like, he's a wizard.
It's all salsa.
He's a wizard. Why does he have like salsa music?
See,
Chrono Trigger was a game
Yes,
that like
so many
made no
fucking
sense,
shitty games.
but it made all the sense.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Yeah, I know what that is. I know.
Water level?
It's an intro to a song, to a game. NES.
Super Mario 2.
Okay, I was thinking it was.
There
the
you go.
I was thinking it was the water level.
That's the American version. of
Did you
Super
guys
Mario,
guess
right?
it?
Did you get it?
Did you guess it?
What our
Slap like
our
now.
terrible
been-
singing.
I've been watching too much Davey 504. God damn.
I've been watching Superstore. That's my show for some reason.
Slap now if you guessed the song.
Well, I mean, yeah, we'll go start ending it with that, guys.
I was like, by the sound of someone's car getting robbed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
sound
my
of a
car.
robbery means it's time to go. But I think that's your neighbors.
I heard Glass Brick.
Huh? Can you guess that song? GTA. Got it.
I was like,
it was GTA.
is it a
Hey.
Skrillex song?
Skrillex. Oh Jesus! All right, so we'll go ahead and end it with that, guys. Thank you again for watching. We're glad to be back. We took kind of a 3-week vacation, which it happens. But this was kind of fun. This is an entirely different thing with games. Talk about music. It's a different
I
detail.
don't think we
compared
did
to
everything.
stuff.
I think there was more you wanted to do.
That's still a guideline.
That never works.
I actually think we went over everything. Not bad.
Yeah, pretty good. But yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you like everything that we do. Big thank you to Andrew Soto for being here with us as a special guest. Make sure you follow him on Andrew Soto on YouTube. Check out some of his skits and all that stuff, or follow him on social media at GoGoAndrewSoto. It's good to see Brandon back too. MPG Brandon, he's been a busy man, and as you guys all know, Tony, right in the middle.
They know me
Y'all know Tony.
very well.
Everybody knows Tony. Tony.
Everyone knows a Tony.
Everyone knows a Tony, and they're like,
everyone has a Tony.
There was nothing to review this episode, which is interesting,
nothing.
because I haven't got a chance to let everyone know how trash something is. So next time.
Next time?
Yeah.
Next time. We'll give it to you guys next time. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.
Super Button Bashers! Super Button Bashers! Bashing the buttons! Having sex with